The penultimate game of the 2022-23 regular season pits the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Lady Dragons of Warren Central. Warren Central enters the record of 4-23. Grayson County with a record of 11-14, but the Lady Cougs are looking to pick up that 12th win of the season before turning attention towards district play next week. And a good evening and welcome here to Warren Central High School for tonight's coverage of Lady Cougar basketball on K105 and also live via K105 Digital Productions. Coming up on our locker room show, we'll introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach of the Lady Cougars, Todd Johnston, and give you the starting lineups. That comes up and more right here on K105.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Pharmacy.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County and Warren Central about ready to get underway here in the second to last game of the regular season. Grayson County will close it tomorrow night in Hawesville against Hancock County. Warren Central enters the record of 4-23. They also will play one more game this year before turning their attention towards a tough district draw against the Lady Purples of Bowling Green. The 14th district tournament this year will be at Greenwood High School, as that'll be a tough draw for Warren Central, playing one of the top teams in the state. I mean, Bowling Green, you look at their record, I think they're 19-10, but their 10 losses have all come to teams that are just really good. I'm not sure that there would be a better 10-loss team in the state than Bowling Green. Warren Central, though, they got a good post inside especially. Kennedy Robinson's a talented guard. She averages 8.4 points, 4.6 rebounds. Ida Akhmedova leads the team at 9.4 points and 3.9 rebounds, but I think the X factor for Warren Central today is going to be Jalea Bailey. She's a junior center coming off of 16-point performance in her last game, which was a loss to Apollo, 49-47 in Owensboro. Was the final score of that game, as Bailey averages 8 points and 6 rebounds per game, but she is somebody who definitely on the inside can take over a game. Lady Cougars, 11-14, had a tough one last time out. We'll take a break, introduce you to them after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
She used to dance and dream of a better life.
a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Best Mix K105. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to Warren Central. Grayson County and the Lady Dragons about ready to get underway here. So we're just about 15 minutes away from tip-off in this game. Warren Central, we mentioned them with a record of 4-23. Grayson County with a record of 11-14. They finished 2-4 in the 12th district. These are their last two games before turning their attention towards Monday, when they will play at Edmonson County in the district semifinals. In fact, I look across from our vantage point here, and I'm not sure if you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, if one of our camera angles actually has it. But in fact, you can see it on there. If you look on the opposite side of the bleachers, there's two men sitting at the top of the bleachers, and that is two members of the Edmonson County coaching staff. So they're here, they're scouting this Grayson County team, and I don't blame them. I mean, it gives you an opportunity. Obviously, the Lady Cats don't play in this game. Sydney Perkins, leading scorer for Grayson, 11.4 points, just under 3 rebounds a game. Sutton Van Meter, 6.6 points per game. Ella Narvaez, the leading rebounder. And Arissa Riggs, the senior standout as well, averaging 8 and 3. Todd Johnston is the head coach of the Lady Cougars. We'll take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
With the My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Oh boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you dig.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show. I'm formally joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Lady Cougars, head coach Todd Johnston. Coach, you had the game against Muhlenberg County, and I know afterwards you told me that you thought it was one of your worst defensive games of the season. When you went back and rewatched it, did you still feel the same way?
Yeah, I did. We got beat off the dribble at all 5 spots. Didn't fight very hard on our post defense, and we were content with playing behind because it's easier. And then when you do that, the strategy becomes one of just hope. You hope they miss it and we get the rebound. Well, they didn't miss any of them. So we've worked on it this week, and Warren Central's got a big girl and inside, and if our post defense is not better, then she'll have her way with us, and it goes on with the district. Same thing with Edmondson's big girls. So post defense has been an emphasis for us this week, trying to work a little harder, be a little tougher. We can't get them stronger by the end of the year, and you can't get them much tough or can't gain weight, muscle weight. So hopefully our effort will be better in the post tonight.
What does good post defense look like?
Well, I mean, you're active. Your feet never stops moving, and it's a fight in there, and I mentioned that on here before, that it's the toughest thing to do in man defense because you have to be ready to fight. You got to keep your feet free, and obviously the offense wants to pin you, and they want to make sure that you can't get around them. And if you're content and you're soft enough to let the offense win that position, then offense has a huge advantage. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of it's effort. It really is effort and a mentality that I will not get pinned behind. And with our girls being so young and lightweight, again, Kennedy all 120 pounds over, probably 125. It's hard, but we have to get the mentality that we refuse to get pinned in the post.
Tonight and tomorrow, you play two teams that probably could not be much more different. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, tonight's really good because of the district tournament with their size, and then tomorrow there's 5 guards that Hancock puts out on the floor, and they shoot it really well and run really good stuff and execute. So not great for me as a coach because it's we had Wednesday to prepare for both games. So half the practice we did some stuff for Warren Central, and then you try to flip and do some things for Hancock, really without the girls knowing that you're kind of looking into Hancock because you want them to concentrate on tonight. But it's hard. As a coach, I don't like it. I think I hope that we will play Hancock better because they're just like us. They don't have much size. They spread you out. They got really good guards and good upperclassmen, so it should be a good one.
Warren Central, one thing that they do struggle to do this season is shoot the three. They only make 1 3 per game. They've made 27 the entire season. Does that allow you to play defense differently?
Yeah, and if anybody comes out of the paint tonight, I'm probably going to take them out. We've worked on that, and instead of we usually talk about ball pressure, trying to be an arm's length away, keeping your feet free from getting driven. But tonight they're going to be 2 to 3 arm lengths away, and we're going to get hands up and see if we can force them to take threes. And if they do, then we got to rebound.
Coach, how do you pick up a win?
Well, we're going to get out as fast as we can go tonight. We want all of them to have to run. They don't have a lot of depth. We've been trying to play faster and transition to get better shots and more shots. So we better have all 5 girls running the floor and looking to advance the ball. And we need 10 to 20 points in transition. And then, again, execute in the half court because they're going to zone. So we need to move the ball and take good threes, not necessarily a lot of threes, but really good ones.
Coach, good luck. More on the Locker Room Show comes up after this.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, backpack kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Warren Central. Grayson County and the Lady Dragons about ready to get underway. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for the Lady Dragons of Warren Central, who have a record of 4-23. They finished 0-6 in the 14th district. Sophomore guard number 2, Hannah Bailey, averages 1.5 points and 1.8 rebounds per game. Kennedy Robinson is the senior guard, number 5, averaging 8.4 points and 4.6 rebounds a contest. Brianna Frosto averages 3.9 points and leads the team at 7.7 rebounds per game. Ida Akhmedova is the junior guard, averaging 9.4 points and 3.9 rebounds per game. And Jalea Bailey, she's the center, averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds per game. Once more, that starting lineup for Warren Central: Bailey, Robinson, Frosto, Akhmedova, and Bailey. The assistant coaches are Olivia Harden and Noel Potter, and the head coach in his third season at Warren Central with a record of 14-52, Anthony Hickey Sr. And now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Lady Cougars, who enter with a record of 11-14, 2-4 in the 12th district of play. Senior guard number 5, Arissa Riggs, averages 8.3 points and 3.3 rebounds per game. Sydney Perkins is the junior guard, averaging 11.4 points and 2.9 rebounds per game. Ella Narvaez, a sophomore forward, averaging 2.4 points and 4.6 rebounds per game. Kennedy Green is the freshman forward, number 12, averaging 3.2 points and 4.5 rebounds per game. And Sutton Van Meter, the sophomore point guard, averaging 6.6 points and 2.1 rebounds per game. Once more, that lineup for Grayson: Riggs, Perkins, Van Meter, Green, Narvaez. The assistant coaches are Elena Jones and Brian Jones, and the head coach in his second season at the helm of the Grayson County Lady Cougar program is Todd Johnston. Grayson County and Warren Central. The 9th all-time matchup comes up next as the Lady Cougars look to win their 5th in the last 6 against the Lady Dragons. That comes up next and more, as this has been the Locker Room Show here on the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
It's the national anthem here from Warren Central High School. Grayson County and Warren Central about ready to get underway here in the penultimate game of the 2022-23 regular season for the Grayson County Lady Cougars. They have that record of 11-14. We'll take a break. Now doing the lineups now, so we will have Grayson and Warren Central after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Grayson County and Warren Central about ready to get underway here in the second to last game of the regular season for the Lady Cougars. Your starting lineups for these teams: for Grayson County, Arissa Riggs, Sydney Perkins, Sutton Van Meter, Kennedy Green, and Ella Narvaez. And for Warren Central, Hannah Bailey, Kennedy Robinson, Brianna Frosto, Ida Akhmedova, and Jalea Bailey. It's time for basketball in Bowling Green. Grayson County and Warren Central. The opening tip will be Bailey for Warren Central against Green for Grayson. The tip is up, and it's controlled back by the Lady Dragons of Warren Central, wearing their home white jerseys with the silver numerals and a black trim. They'll work from left to right on your radio dial. Warren Central, the record of 4-23, 0-6. They finished in the 14th district, but they played a lot of close games this year, including their last time out, losing on the road at Apollo, 49-47, a game that they led for the most part. Akhmadova drives down the far side, kicks it off far corner to Bailey. Bailey gives it back outside now to Akhmadova, who's going to slow back down and reset up the offense. For Warren Central, the majority of their offense is going to come from inside the arc, especially in the paint, as Akhmadova, right on cue, drives into the paint. Her floater off balance is missed. Rebounded on the floor by Narvaez for Grayson County. Taps it off to Riggs. Riggs, an outlet pass to the right side to Perkins. Perkins comes down here towards the near side, off to the left wing to Van Meter. Van Meter drives it into the near corner. Now is going to back it back off and start off the offense. Grayson County lost last time out, 52-37. To Muhlenberg County. They're 11-14 on the season, though. As Van Meter drives down the left lane and throws it out front. Riggs vacated the spot, though, and it'll be a turnover for Grayson on their first possession of this game. No score here from Warren Central. 6:56 left here in the opening quarter of play. Warren Central coached by Anthony Hickey Sr. In his third season here at Warren Central, 14-52. He's 138 and 177 overall, as he previously was the head coach at Christian County. Right side, Bailey, out front to Akhmadova. We touched on it, though. Warren Central is going to get inside the arc. They average making only 1-3 a game inside the lane. The shot is missed by Bailey. She falls down on the rebound. Narvaez ends up picking it up because of it. Off to Van Meter. Grayson County has numbers. Van Meter inside to Green. She has to run it down in the far corner to grab it. Toes the line. Finds Riggs, and then Riggs has it stripped and taken away by Bailey. Fast break coming for Warren Central. They work 2-on-2 up the far side of the floor. Frosto gives it to Bailey. Bailey back out now here to Akhmadova, who's going to set up the point for Warren Central. 2 minutes into the game, no score between Warren Central and Grayson County. Driving in, Frosto off balance shot. Can't get the roll. It's off to the left. Green gets the rebound. Grayson County's not attempted a shot in this game so far. 2 early turnovers for Grayson. 18 feet right side, Van Meter. In and out, it pops. Rebound on the floor is poked out of bounds by Bailey for Warren Central. It's going to stay Grayson County basketball. Lady Cougars last season, 3-24. This year, 11-14. They have drastically improved, and if they win today, they quadruple their win total from a season ago. Van Meter triggers it in, gives it to the right side to Narvaez, outside to Green. Green off left wing to Perkins, who throws it into the corner to Van Meter, and it's off her hands and out of bounds. Van Meter would have had a three that was wide open, and she misses it. No score here between Grayson County and Warren Central. And looks like the clock might have run a little bit extra. They put a couple of extra seconds on the clock, and we're ready to go. Lady Cougars now coming out with some full court pressure. You heard Todd Johnston talk about in the opening that he wanted to make Warren Central speed up a little bit. They want to post up and get the ball inside. He wants them to run and have to beat them in transition. You do a little 3-around-2 look. Akhmadova at the top of the key, left wing Frosto. Gets a screen, off to Akhmadova, into the corner. Bailey drives near baseline. Might have gotten away with a push-off. Gets it off to the right side to Akhmadova. Right elbow, passes to Frosto, in on Riggs. Stripped, gains it back. Outside now Robinson. Robinson off to the right side to Akhmadova. Into the corner to Bailey. Drives near baseline. Might have gotten away with another push-off, but great defense there by Grayson. Crosses it to Frosto on the left wing at the free throw line. Bounce pass to Akhmadova. Drives in, splits defenders off the right side. Shot no good. Another rebound, though, for Ella Narvaez. She immediately gives it off to Van Meter. Van Meter at the left wing. No score here. 4:50 to play in the first quarter. Free throw line jumper is in for Van Meter. Lady Cougs strike first. They lead 2-0. 4:45 left here in the opening quarter of play. Into the middle to Bailey. Stripped and taken away by Perkins. Grayson's got numbers. 3-on-2. Perkins drives in the left side. Runs the baseline. Tries the reverse layup, but it's blocked out of bounds by Kennedy Robinson on the inside. Good defense by Robinson to recover on that play. Van Meter will pass in from underneath of her own basket. She scans once, scans twice, scans a third time, and gets it outside to Riggs. It was tapped into the backcourt. Riggs is going to over and back. No, that's not the right call. Are the officials going to talk this over? No. Yeah, they're going to talk it over. It was tapped. It was definitely tipped. They're going to talk it over, I think. It should be Grayson County ball. They're still talking on the far side. As it was tapped by Warren Central, which will cause the pass to roll into the backcourt. They're still going to talk it over. And they're still talking it. I'm not sure if one of these officials is a little bit more inexperienced who made the call. And it is Grayson County ball. And that's the right call. They ended up making the right call. I think what the official said is next time, ask the trail the official to see if it was tapped. It's always good to take that extra 3 or 4 seconds, say, hey, did you see it? Was it tapped? The answer might have been no, but I think they ended up getting it right. Left wing 3, Van Meter off the left side. She puts it in. Van Meter's got 5. Grayson leads 5-0. 4:18 left here in the first quarter. Akhmadova drives down the near side, in on Perkins, angles back towards the middle, and now weaves it back out front. Warren Central has not scored in this game. They average 36.3 points a game. They only shoot 12% from 3, 30.6% inside the arc. Left wing Bailey, as Lady Cougars going with zone here. On a 2-3 look, they're trying to make sure that Warren Central can't use their size advantage. Akhmadova gives it in to Bailey. Bailey over to the far side. In, tapped. Jalea Bailey's got it back. She goes up and she misses it. And we're going to have free throws coming. Narvaez picks up the foul. It's her first and the team's first. And Jalea Bailey will go to the free throw line. She leads the team at 63.6% from the charity stripe. As a team, Warren Central shoots 55% from the free throw line. Last year they were at about 46%, so they've drastically improved that. Kennedy Green comes out, checking in. Hannah Smith for Grayson County, the 7th grader. Smith had her career high 8 points just about a week ago in the win against Whitesville Trinity. Bailey puts in both free throws there. It's 5-2. Lady Cougars lead. Van Meter has all 5 of Grayson County's points. Van Meter at the free throw line. Gives it outside to Riggs. Riggs curls it around to the right side. Handoff past Perkins. Lets the 3 fly from straight away. It's off the back of the iron. Rebounded on the floor by Robinson for Warren Central. Robinson, an outlet pass to Akhmadova down the near side. Akhmadova drives down the right side over top of Van Meter. Tried to get it inside to Jalea Bailey, but Perkins rejects it and sends it into the hands of Arissa Riggs for Grayson. Riggs angles back towards the far side of the field. Drives down the right side. Spins it around. Gives it to Van Meter. Thought about the right wing 3. Now drives down the right side and takes an extra step. 3:07 left here in the first quarter of play. Warren Central and Grayson County as the Lady Cougars lead this game 5-2. Frosto gives it back now to the near side. An outlet pass off the hand of Hannah Bailey and will go out of bounds. 3:01 left in the first quarter. 5-2 here between Grayson County and Warren Central. The Lady Cougars lead this game. As it's to Van Meter. Van Meter up the far side of the floor, hands it in between the circles for Grayson. She's got all 5 of the Lady Cougars points. Gets a screen from Smith. Has it on the left side. They lit her alone. Gives it to Narvaez, who gives it back to Perkins. Perkins drives down right side. Now we'll back it off to the right wing. Blanton will come in at the next stoppage of play for Grayson. On the right side, Riggs. Riggs spins it around in the Grayson County's navy blue jerseys and the orange numerals. Perkins weaves through in that far corner. Now drives it back out front. 2:28 to play in the first quarter. Perkins at the left wing. Gives it into Van Meter. 3 near side off the back of the iron. And on the floor, the rebound is out of bounds off of Robinson. Anthony Hickey said that Narvaez made contact from behind. The officials disagreed. Into the game was Blanton. Coming out was Narvaez for Grayson. It's going to stay with the Lady Cougars, though. It's into the far corner. Riggs drives far baseline. She's triple teamed. Has to back it off. Gives it to Smith at the free throw line. Swings it off to the left wing to Blanton. 3 up, left side short. On the floor, the rebound is ripped away by Frosto. She leads the team 7.7 rebounds per game. Down the near side comes Kennedy Robinson. Drives down the lane. Shot's good, but they're going to wave it off. There's a foul called beforehand. No. They are going to say count the basket. One official said don't count the basket. One official says count the basket. Foul's called on Perkins. It's her first, team's second. And it is going to be Kennedy Robinson to the line. She's a 57.3% free throw shooter. This would tie the game up, and she does so. 5-5 between Grayson County and Warren Central. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. Man-to-man defense for Warren Central. At the left elbow, Van Meter. Handoff pass Riggs. Riggs backs it off here in between the circles. Gets a screen from Smith. Outside to Blanton. Blankton swings it off left side now, Van Meter. Van Meter back towards the middle, 18 feet straight away. It's off to the left. Loose ball picked up, Hannah Bailey for Warren Central. Gives it back now to the guard, Kennedy Robinson. About 90 seconds left in the first quarter, 5-5, and a walk called by Frosto. End of the game here for Warren Central, Deja Ferguson, averaging 1.5 points and 0.9 rebounds per game. And also Caitlin Wynn, the 8th grader. She's only appeared in 2 games this season, has not scored, does have 1 rebound to her stat sheet. 1:27 left in the first quarter. 5-5 between Grayson County and Warren Central. The Lady Cougars led 5-0 early. Warren Central has come back though. Left side, Van Meter. Bounce pass into the near corner to Blanton. Blanton takes it back off left side. Into the corner to Van Meter. Spins it around. Drives the baseline. The floater is short. Rebound Perkins in the inside. Tried to feed it to Smith, but it's taken away by Wynn. Van Meter is trying to do it all for Grayson in this game. She's had to early on. Into the corner. 3 by Kennedy Robinson is missed long. Rebounded by Perkins. Perkins up the far side of the floor. Back towards the middle. Perkins speeds up down the free throw line. Drives down left side. Flip shot. Got it. She just saw the lane open, and Perkins lays it in on the left side. 7-5. Grayson retakes the lead. Into the backcourt, Robinson. Double teamed, and a timeout going to be taken by Anthony Hickey. 32.9 on the clock here in the first quarter. Grayson leads 7-5. It's Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans? From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service. Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
Grayson County leads 7-5, 32.9 seconds left here on the clock in the first quarter. Anthony Hickey Sr. takes that quick timeout after they almost had a trap in the backcourt. Warren Central will have it here. Be Robinson to pass in, gives it into Frosto. Frosto over to the far side. Akhmedova runs right past Perkins. Akhmedova at the left lane, spins it around, gives it to Frosto. Back to Akhmedova, 18 feet on the far side is too long. Hannah Smith picks up the rebound, gives it in the middle to Blanton. Blanton spins it around, gives it now to the sophomore point guard Van Meter. Van Meter to the right side to Blanton. 3 right side, out. Smith gets the rebound, puts it back up. Shot's no good, but Hannah Smith will go to the free throw line. She's fouled by Jalea Bailey, her first, team's first. And it'll be Hannah Smith to the free throw line to shoot 2. She's 5 of 7 from the free throw line this season. First one for Smith is no good. Sub into the game, Bree Jones in for Grayson. Sutton Van Meter will take a seat. Smith's dad played high school basketball at Edmondson County. We don't hold that against him. And played college basketball at Bethel. Second free throw is missed by Smith. Rebounded on the floor by Warren Central. They give it down to Jalea Bailey. Layup on the left side's good. And Warren Central ties this game up at the end of the first quarter of play, 7-7. We'll take a break. Second quarter of action comes up next. It is Grayson County 7, Warren Central 7. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Grayson County's first trip to Warren Central since 2019, December the 5th of 2019. Lady Cougars won that game 73-70 in overtime. I remember that was a great game that night. As in fact, that was a stretch there where the Lady Cougars played the Lady Dragons twice in 2 weeks. The second game in that stretch was back on December the 19th of 2019 at Russellville Middle School. The Lady Cougars won 48-40. And if you remember watching that game, it was in a really, really small gym. It's 7-7 here between Grayson and Warren Central as we start the second quarter. 7:45 to play here in the first half. Lady Cougars have it. Riggs deep on the right wing. She's trying to find some help and finally finds it in between the circles to Van Meter, who has 5 of Grayson's points here in this game. Sydney Perkins has the other 2. Inside to Green. Green backs it off, and it's stripped and taken away by Robinson. Robinson, an outlet to Akhmadova. Akhmadova will set it up here for Warren Central. Lady Cougars led 5-0. Warren Central tied it up 5-5, and Jalea Bailey beat the buzzer at the end of the first quarter to tie the game up at 7. Right side, Frosto out to Akhmadova, swings it off left side. Robinson drives in, lowers the shoulder off the left side. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Green for Grayson. And it's going to stay with the Lady Dragons. 7:02 left here in the first half. 7-7 between Grayson County and Warren Central. Passes it off. Bailey, free throw line jumper is good for Jalea Bailey. She's got 6. She had 16 in the last game. She's got 6 in this one. Continuing to play, and it's just somebody that Grayson County doesn't have a matchup for on the inside. She uses her size advantage to her advantage there. Riggs, handoff pass to Van Meter in between the circles. Grayson's trying to run stuff for Sydney Perkins, but Akhmadova is stuck to her like a piece of chewing gum on a shoe. On the right side, 3 by Riggs is off to the left, and it'll go out of bounds. 9-7, Warren Central leads. 6:31 to play in the first half. Warren Central's only won 4 games this year. They've lost 18 of their last 19, but as we mentioned, they have played some teams extremely close, including some teams that have beaten Grayson County fairly handily. Frosto, bounce pass to Jalea Bailey on the right side. Her shot on the right side's missed. Rebound out of bounds off of Grayson County. I mean, you look up and down the roster here in some of their games. As Warren East, they only lost to them by 8 points. Grayson County did not play well when they played them. They only lost to Edmondson by a couple as well. Bailey, shot from 18 feet. She puts it in from straight away. Bailey says, I'm not just a post. I can step out and let it fly as well. Warren Central has their largest lead of the game at 11-7. Left wing Perkins gets a screen from Narvaez. Backs it off into the near corner. Perkins spins it around, gets another screen from Narvaez, and is bumped and fouled by Bailey. And that's big because that's Jalea Bailey's second foul. Bree Jones in for Grayson. Ellen Narvaez will come out into the game here for Warren Central. Will be Deja Ferguson in place of Jalea Bailey. That is a huge foul here for Grayson. They got to take advantage. Van Meter gets it to Riggs on the left side. Riggs lets the defender go by. Curls down to the right side. Kicks it off to Green. 18 feet on the right wing. The bank is not open for Kennedy Green. Akhmadova gets the rebound. Warren Central working 2-on-2. Akhmadova drives down, picks it up, spins around, gives it to the right side to Robinson. 3 on the right wing. The bank's not open for her either. Frosto had the rebound. Ripped away, but Jones gets it back. Jones, an outlet pass to the right wing to Perkins. Takes 1 dribble. 3, right side. Got it. Perkins has 5, her first 3 in the game, and it's a 1-point game now at 11-10. In the middle, stolen by Riggs on the right block, and a reach-in foul is called on Kennedy Robinson. And that hurts because Riggs had the spin move, put it in. But honestly, if you're Kennedy Robinson, it's not a bad foul. Her first, team's third. It makes sure that there aren't 2 easy points to the Lady Cougars. Caitlin Wynn re-enters. Kennedy Robinson will take a seat for the Lady Dragons. Into the near corner, Riggs. Out front to Green. Green swings it off into the corner to Van Meter. 3, far side. Got it! Van Meter hits her second 3 of the game. Just like that, the Lady Cougs have the lead back at 13-11. 5:15 to play in the first half. Frosto to Akhmadova. Akhmadova's going to back it off and set it up in between the circles, running the point for the junior point guard, Ida Akhmadova. She was to the all-region freshman team a couple of years ago. Akhmedova almost loses her dribble, loses it one more time, and was it knocked out by Grayson? It was not. You could tell there that it was clearly not knocked out by Grayson, because Akhmedova, before she even saw what the whistle was walking back towards the other end of the court as if to say, yeah, that was definitely a out on me. 3 left wing by Jones is missed. Perkins gets the rebound, puts it up, shots missed. But Sydney Perkins will go to the free throw line after being fouled on the interior. Foul's called on Ferguson, her first, team's 4th. And it'll be Perkins to the line to shoot 2. Sydney Perkins on the season, 70.9% from the free throw line. First one is missed by Perkins. Briley Renfro comes into the game for Grayson. Arissa Riggs will take a seat. Renfro, as we talked against Muhlenberg County, there's not been a player that has accepted her role quite like Briley Renfro has. She's done a great job at doing that, a feisty defender. Perkins misses both free throws. Akhmedova picks up the loose board for Warren Central. 13-11, Grayson leads. 4:35 left here in the first half of action. Akhmedova in between the circles. Slowly working with the basketball. Left side, Frosto. Out front to Akhmedova. Akhmedova to the right side to Hannah Bailey. Out front to Akhmedova. 4:17 to play in the first half. Off to the left side, Frosto gets a screen, drives down to Akhmedova, off to the right side to Bailey, into the corner, 18 feet near side is missed. Jones gets the rebound. Jones pushing up the far side of the floor, handoff pass to Van Meter on the right wing. Van Meter curls here towards the near side. She'll hand it off to Renfro. Renfro crosses it, far corner 3. Jones puts it up, and it is missed. Long rebound, chased down by Green in the near corner. Green tried to hand it to Van Meter, and it goes off her hands and out of bounds. It's a great job by Green to run down that loose rebound after the missed 3. Hannah Smith and I think Isabel Blanton comes in for Grayson here as Kennedy Green and Sydney Perkins come out. Akhmedova will run things here at the top of the key. 3:45 left in the first half. 13-11. Grayson County leads by 2 points on a 6-0 run after consecutive threes made. Robinson in the far corner to Hannah Bailey. Off to the right side to Akhmedova. Into the corner to Frosto. Into Jalea Bailey, who's back into the game with 2 fouls, and she's fouled on the inside by Grayson. We'll see who they call the foul on. It's called on Blanton. It's her first, team's 3rd. It'll be Bailey back to the line to shoot 2. First free throw by Bailey is short. She misses the first one. She made her first 2 in this game. Leads the team in free throw percentage. Second one coming for Bailey. She puts it in. 13-12. Grayson leads by 1. 3:25 to play in the first half. Van Meter in between the circles. Off to the right side now. Bounce pass to Jones. Not corralling it. Saved in by Warren Central into the hands of Jalea Bailey, who then gives it off to Robinson. A couple careless turnovers early on in this game for Grayson County. It's very quiet in here today at Warren Central. It's one of these days where you feel like you're doing play-by-play to the entire gym, which is exactly what everybody wants to hear is my voice. Into Jalea Bailey on the left block. Shot missed. Frosto gets the rebound. Kicks it off to Akhmedova. Off to the far side to Robinson. Robinson drives in. Shots missed, but free throws will come. Foul called on Renfro. Briley Renfro picks up her first, team's 4th. To the line will be Kennedy Robinson. She's 57.3% on the season, but 1 of 1 in this game. And she gets the shooter's touch there, going 2 of 2. Hannah Bailey in, Frosto out. One thing that Warren Central has, they've already got their defense back and set. Warren Central tied the game up at 13, and they can't get the lead. Smith, though, picks up the loose board. 13-all. Not a great offensive game here so far for Grayson County other than Sutton Van Meter. Renfro at the right elbow. Backs it off with a handoff pass to Jones on the right side. Jones to Hannah Bailey on the left side to Hannah Smith. Smith will dribble it up at the top of the key looking for help, and it's thrown away, but Renfro runs it down, then loses it again off of Renfro. 2:25 left in the first half. Frosto re-enters. Coming out will be Layla Tisdale, who came into the game. That was her first career appearance for the 8th grader. 2:22 left in the first half, 13-all between Grayson and Warren Central. Left side, Akhmedova, guarded by Jones. To Robinson, off to the right side now. To Akhmedova, into Jalea Bailey. She's triple teamed. Bailey off to the left side. It's missed. Blanton's able to pick up the loose board. Outlet pass to Jones on the right wing. Jones backs it off inside to Smith. Not a great pass, and it's taken away by Akhmedova. Akhmedova down the near side of the floor. Drives in, gets around Renfro. Layup is missed. Jalea Bailey gets the rebound, goes back up. Blocked by Smith on the inside. Renfro picks up the loose board. Lady Cougars working 3-on-4. Left wing to Van Meter. Van Meter bounce pass right side, Renfro. Renfro to the free throw line, Jones. Jones drives in, loses it, loose ball, jump ball. Possession's going to head to Warren Central. Deja Ferguson re-enters, Jalea Bailey will come out. 3 new players in for Grayson, Arissa Riggs, Sydney Perkins, and Ella Narvaez, as Smith, Renfro, and Blanton will come out. 13-all between Grayson and Warren Central. Minute 27 left in the first half of play. Here from Warren Central High School, Tim Riley Court. Frosto loses her dribble, gains it back, drives down the right side, pulls up, 10 feet right side, off the back of the iron. Rebounded on the inside by Ferguson. She goes back up, too hard off the back of the iron. Frosto's put back, that's missed. Ferguson's another chance, she puts it in. That was not a good rebounding possession at all for Grayson. Left wing Jones comes back towards the middle, out front to Van Meter. 3 is up, and the 3 is in and out. Narvaez had the rebound, loses it. Jump ball, though, is going to stay with Grayson. 15-13, Warren Central leads Grayson. 56.7 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Van Meter to Trigger from underneath of her own basket. Bounce pass into Jones. She's run it down in the far corner after kind of losing control of it on the inside. Jones on the right wing. Comes back towards the middle, bounce pass Van Meter, ball fake. Now we'll use her dribble and takes it off outside, out front. Left wing Riggs. Riggs drives down at the free throw line, absorbs the contact, and it's blocked out of bounds by Robinson. It's going to stay Grayson County. 35.4 seconds left here in the first half of play. 15-13, Warren Central leads Grayson. Narvaez will check out. Blanton will come in. Looks like Todd Johnson might be doing some offense-defense subs here. Trying to get another shooter on the floor with Blanton. Kicks it into the near corner to Perkins. Perkins at the free throw line. Backs it off now out front. Right side Jones, under 30 seconds left in the first half. Grayson trails here by 2 points. Left wing Van Meter, they leave her alone from 3. Her 3 is off to the right. Long rebound, out of bounds off of Grayson. 19.5 on the clock here in the first half. Immediately Anthony Hickey Sr. going to check in Jalea Bailey. And in for Grayson County is going to be Ella Narvaez. Off to Frosto, up the far side of the floor. 15 seconds here in the first half of play. And Frosto loses it, but it must have been knocked out by Grayson. That was the good old verbal signal by an official instead of the visual signal, which is not good for the one wearing the noise-canceling headphones, standing about 100 feet away from him. 12 seconds left here in the first half. Warren Central is going to have the lead, barring a steal as Akhmedova drives in on the left side, kicks it off to Robinson. Robinson drives in, shot off the right side, pops in and out, rebounded by Grayson with 2 seconds. Briggs up the far side of the floor, lets it fly from 3/4 court. It is no good. The end of the first half of play, Warren Central leads Grayson County 15-13. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Warren Central High School, where Grayson County trails at the half against Warren Central by a score of 15-13. Coming up on our halftime show, we will run down the scores from around the region and around the Commonwealth, run down the scoring from this first half of play, and we'll get you ready for the second half of action. Getting your score at the half, Grayson County trails Warren Central 15-13. This is Lady Cougar Basketball on K105.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Warren Central High School at Tim Riley Court, where Grayson County trails Warren Central at the half, 15-13. As we'll try to run down some scores from around the region here on this second to last day of the regular season. Girls basketball score, Barron County leads Clinton County 14-5 at the end of the first quarter. At the half, Allen County Scottsville up 3 on Logan County 24-21. Franklin Simpson in girls leads Glasgow 20-14 at the half. And we'll try to see some other scores as we do the scroll through. And that appears to pretty much be it as we do a scroll through here. And you know what? Since we are a stone's throw away from a game that's actually happening in college basketball, we'll give a shout out to the WKU women's basketball team. They're leading Charlotte, 7:25 to play in the first quarter, 7-6. So shout out to the Lady Toppers. We drove past Diddle Arena, and they were getting fired up and ready to roll for that one as we drove in here today to Warren Central. Getting your score at the half, Warren Central leads Grayson 15-13. We'll come back, run down the scoring from the first half of play after this, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar basketball on the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Warren Central High School. Lady Cougars trail Warren Central at the half, 15-13. Running on the scoring for the first half of play for Warren Central, Jalea Bailey. She leads the way with 9 points. 4 points for Kennedy Robinson, 2 points for Daisha Ferguson. For Grayson County, scoring's pretty simple to tell you. 8 points, Sutton Van Meter. 5 points, Sydney Perkins. Grayson County's going to have to get the offense going in this second half of play. They're going to have to try and find an answer for Jalea Bailey. You combine those two, and Lady Cougars can come away with a win. If not, they're going to be in for a war here tonight against a team, that you look at the record and they're 4-23. They're better than 4-23. This is a good team playing at their home floor in their second to last home game of the season. You know they're ready and they're fired up, and they do not want to lose this game. We'll take a break. Second half of action here from Warren Central High School comes up next. Again, your score at the half. Warren Central leads Grayson County 15-13. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Warren Central, where Warren Central leads Grayson 15-13 at the half. Sam Gormley here with you this evening from beautiful Bowling Green, Kentucky. Just not even half a mile away from Western Kentucky University. The house that I built, right? Isn't that what we say? Go Tops. We start the third quarter of play. Grayson trails by 2 points. Warren Central will start with the basketball working from right to left. On your radio dial for Warren Central is Jalea Bailey on the inside that Lady Cougars had absolutely no answer for. It's Frosto, a free throw line jumper. It's way off to the right. The long rebound is tapped out, though, and run down by Robinson on the right side. For Grayson County, it's just, the defense was not terrible. It's just the offense. Nothing was working. Bailey drives down the right side. Bounce pass off to the right wing. Back out front to Akhmadova. She almost lost the dribble, is able to keep it going. Akhmadova at the top of the circle. Off to the right wing. Back now to Akhmadova. 15-13. Grayson trails by 2 points here early on in this second half of play. Akhmadova inside to Bailey. Knocked and taken away, though, by Kennedy Green for the Lady Cougars. Green gave it off to Van Meter, up the near side. Van Meter picks up her dribble, gets it off in between the circles to Riggs. Left wing, Perkins thought about the three, now pulls up a deep left wing three. It is short, long rebound. Perkins, did she save it in off of a Warren Central player? No, she did not. They talked it over. But with 6:57 to play in the third quarter, the ball is heading back towards Warren Central. That was one of those on the far side of the floor. We have no angle and no way of knowing as to which side or who that ball was off of and what. And in the near corner, Robinson, free throw line, Jalea Bailey misses the shot. Rebound, out of bounds off of Kennedy Green on the inside. Frosto just bodied up Green on the inside. 6:33 left here in the third quarter of action. Bailey from 18 feet on the top of the key, puts it in. Bailey's got 11 points in the game, and Warren Central leads by 4. Three near side to answer by Perkins is off the back of the iron and rebounded on the floor by Frosto. The cold shooting continues for Grayson. They shot 25% on Monday against Muhlenberg County. Off to the right side, Frosto. Out front to Robinson. Robinson has it in between the circles. The handoff pass to Akhmadova. 17-13. Warren Central leads by 4 points. They're trying to add to their lead. This is their largest lead of the game. Into Jalea Bailey on the left side. The layup is missed. She gets her own rebound, puts it up. Second chance is there for Bailey. Lead by 13, or she has 13 points. Left wing Narvaez, free throw line jumper in transition. Smacks off the back of the iron. It is missed by Frosto. Todd Johnston puts his hand into his face into his hands there. After another missed shot for the Lady Cougars. Firing down to Bailey. It goes out of bounds. Kennedy Green, I like that there. Got it physical. Came in and made sure that pass was not going to find Jalea Bailey on the inside. Warren Central leads by 6. 5:35 left here in the third quarter. Van Meter in between the circles. Gets a screen from Narvaez. Doesn't take it. Takes it back here towards the near side. Screen from Green. Handoff pass to Riggs. Riggs drives back towards the middle. Spins towards the baseline. Loses it. Gains it back. Shot is up and blocked by the backboard. Rebounded by Bailey. An outlet pass into the middle to Akhmadova. Speeds down the right lane. Akhmadova off the right side. The bank's not open. Narvaez with a rebound for Grayson. Into the middle to Van Meter. An outlet pass left wing to Perkins. Perkins drives down the left side on Frosto. Shots up, no good, but she's fouled hard. And free throws will come for Sydney Perkins. Foul whistled on Frosto. Frosto picks up her first and the team's first. Be Perkins to the line. She's 0 of 2 from the free throw line in this game. Free throw is up and good for Sydney Perkins. Isabel Blanton in, Ella Narvaez out for Grayson County. Let's hope that made free throw by Perkins can kind of get this offense going. Second one. Good. Perkins makes both free throws. She's got 7. Both her and Van Meter have combined for all 15 of Grayson County's points. In the middle to Hannah Bailey. At the top of the key, she slows and waits for help. Off to left wing, Frosto. Frosto back towards the middle and walks with it as she drives down the lane. 19-15. Warren Central is the 4-point lead. There's your turnover for Grayson. Now let's go get a bucket. You don't need a 3. There's still gobs of time left to play in this game. 4:50 left in quarter number 3. Left wing, Riggs. Fakes the pass into the far side. Now Riggs curls down here towards the near side to 3 for Van Meter. Sutton Caitlin Van Meter puts it in. She's got double figures. 19-18. It's a 1-point game. This allows Grayson to set up the full court pressure. It's broken by Frosto as she runs right past Blanton. She's double teamed right inside, and a timeout is taken by Anthony Hickey. We'll take it with him. 19-18. Warren Central leads by 1. 4:26 to play in the third. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Timeout with 4:26 left here in this third quarter of play. Warren Central leads 19-18, but the Lady Cougars on a little 5-0 run here trying to answer in this game. Get into Frosto in the near corner. Outside to Robinson, and Robinson gives it back to the guard now, Akmadova. To Hannah Bailey on the right wing. They're going to look to feed Jalea Bailey on the little slip screen. Doesn't take it. So it wasn't the greatest angle. Kennedy Green did a nice job fighting through the screen. To Hannah Bailey. Out front to Akmadova. Guarded by Van Meter. Lady Cougars back to man-to-man. They've gone a little zone at times this year. In this game, rather, as Robinson drives down, curls down high off the glass. The circus shot goes in for Kennedy Robinson. Todd Johnson just had to look and laugh at Brian Jones and Elena Jones. Kind of like if they're making those kind of shots, it just might not be our nights. Van Meter in between the circles. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Right side, Riggs. She'll drive down the right side, gets around the defenders, off the right side. Basket good by Riggs. Her first points of the game. And finally, someone not named Van Meter or Perkins puts her name into the scorebook for Grayson. It's back to a 1-point game. Robinson goes past Perkins, gains it back after losing it, and a jump ball is going to be called on the inside, I believe. And the ball will head towards Grayson. It has to have been that. He said something, and I think I read his lips of saying jump ball. He just gave a verbal signal, which, again, is very difficult for us to be able to tell what the call is. 3:15 to play in the third quarter, 21-20. Warren Central leads by 1. Grayson County looking to retake the lead, something they haven't had since late in the second quarter. Ball goes out of bounds off of Akmadova on the far side of the floor. 3:07 left in quarter number 3. Todd Johnston, the second-year Lady Cougar head coach, delivers the play call to his team. Deep on the left side to Van Meter. Bounce pass into the far corner to Blanton. Gets a screen, backs it off, looks to give it back to Van Meter, and does so. Van Meter curls down here towards the near side, drives in, bounce pass to Perkins. Not great communication there, and it just goes out of bounds. 2:47 left in the third quarter. 21-20 here between Grayson County and Warren Central. Give it into the backcourt. Off to Akmadova. Being chased by Van Meter. Akmadova's got good speed. Backs it off into the far corner, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Ida Akmadova. And she looked at her coach. Looked at her coach, Anthony Hickey. Anthony Hickey said, absolutely you did. And she stuck the left hand out. In between the circles, Van Meter. Off to the left wing. Grayson County needs a bucket to try and retake the lead. Van Meter bounce pass to Green. Outside to Blanton. Blanton gets down to the left side. She's looking to get it somewhere and just takes it out to the left side. Handoff pass Perkins, and timeout taken by Todd Johnston with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. It's going to be a full timeout with 2:15 left here in the quarter. Grayson County trails 21-20. Looking ahead at the week to come here for Grayson County, as we're not done for the week, as tomorrow we will be on the road in Hawesville, as it'll be a girl-boy doubleheader, as Grayson County will take on Hancock County to wrap up the regular season. Girls will start at 6 o'clock. Boys will follow. And then Monday and Tuesday is when it actually matters, as on Monday the Lady Cougars will take on Edmondson County. That will be a 7:45 game. They say 7:30. If I'm a betting man, 7:45. Probably maybe even 8 o'clock will be what time that game starts from Edmonson County. And then on Tuesday, the Cougar boys will take on Edmonson County as well. That'll be the early game, though. I can guarantee you that one's going to start at about 6 o'clock down at Edmonson County. All of the games will be in Brownsville, but we will have the coverage of all of the Grayson County games, and hopefully we're tearing up 259 and driving to Brownsville all 4 days of the tournament next week. And that means that Grayson County is playing in some district tournaments, and then we're going to tear up the Western Kentucky Parkway and Interstate 165 to get to Owensboro for some third region tournament action. That's a look at what's to come for district tournament. And as we mentioned, Edmonson County's head coach Bart Weaver and one of their assistants, his name is escaping me, I think Roley is his last name. They're here tonight sitting all up at the top of the bleachers. You see it next time the camera pans of two bald guys sitting at the top. That's the Edmonson County coaching staff. They're getting a look at Grayson County as to see how they can slow down Grayson. 3 far side by Riggs is an air ball. Rebound on the floor by Jalea Bailey, and she's immediately going to give it off to Hannah Bailey. I mean, Edmonson County's had a lot of success stopping Grayson in the 2 games that they played this year, including the last time in Brownsville where Grayson scored 14 points. So 14 and 37 are the 2 times they played them. But still, you can never see a team too many times and to try and get your scouting report right. Minute 40 left in the third quarter. Grayson trails by 1 point. Over the far side, Kennedy Robinson drives in and walks with it. She tried to drive down the lane and took the extra step. Minute 35 to play in the third quarter. Narvaez re-enters. Kennedy Green comes out for Grayson. Lady Cougars just need a bucket. Need to retake this lead here in this game. This is one of these that I got to get the offense rolling here too, because if the offense isn't playing well on Monday, their season will come to an end. Screen by Narvaez up top for Riggs. Drives down, splits it up, and she's fouled on the drive by Warren Central. It's called on Kennedy Robinson. It's her second, team's third. It's going to stay on the floor, though. Minute 18 to play in the third. Into the corner to Riggs. Out front, Narvaez. Narvaez to Van Meter. 3 near side. Got it! Van Meter's got 14 in the game, and it's 23-21. Grayson retakes the lead. 1:05 to play in the third quarter. Robinson, an outlet pass off the hand of Bailey, and she can't run it down. Ball heading back to the Lady Cougs. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. 23-21. Grayson leads by 2, trying to add to their lead. Van Meter on the left side. Bounce pass far corner to Blanton. Blanton gets a screen from Riggs. Blanton spins. She tried to get it back to Riggs, but there wasn't a window to give it to her. Jones down the left side, splits it up, speeds down the lane, layup no good. Rebounded by Hannah Bailey, but she's stripped and taken away. Blanton knocked it off, gives it off to the left wing to Van Meter, who puts in the threes. 3 threes in the quarter for Sutton Van Meter. She's on a 9-0 run of her own, and Grayson County has a 26-21 lead. 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Van Meter has tied her career high with 17 points in this game. Hannah Bailey gives it back now to the right side to Robinson. Robinson back to Bailey. Out front to Akhmadova. Pressure coming now from Riggs as Akhmadova takes it off to the left side with 7 seconds. Off to Frosto to Robinson. Into the far corner to Hannah Bailey with 3 seconds. To Robinson. 3 deep on the right side. In and out. It pops. And the quarter will end. Sutton Van Meter on fire to end the quarter. And Grayson County leads 26-21. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back here to Grayson County, or to Warren Central High School, rather. It is 26-21. Grayson County leads. Sutton Van Meter has tied her career high with 17 points. She hit 3 consecutive threes there in that quarter to give Grayson the lead. And here's the thing. We talk about this all season long. We've talked about it during football season with Kaylor Decker. Right now, good old Uncle Mo is on Grayson County's side. And the biggest part is when Uncle Mo's on your side, you got to make sure you keep feeding him and keep him sitting on your bench and on your couch, because you don't want him to switch onto the side of the Lady Dragons. Of course, Uncle Mo, momentum. The momentum is in favor, massive, in the way of Grayson County right now. Start of the fourth quarter, Warren Central has it. They trail by 5. Robinson thought about the deep right wing 3. To the left side to Hannah Bailey. Out front to Akhmadova. To the right side to Robinson. Out front, swings it off left side to Hannah Bailey. Zone pressure here from Grayson into Bailey. It's stripped. Loose ball. Narvaez's got her hand in on it and goes into Blanton. Off to Riggs. Keeps her head up. Angles back towards the middle. Loses her dribble. Is able to gain it back, though. Screen from Narvaez. Off to Blanton. 18 feet on the far side. In and out. And a foul on the rebound on Narvaez. Be her second. Only the team's first in the second half, though. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. Again, I'm probably going to shove my foot in my mouth later by saying that. I mean, you look, between these two teams, been 12 fouls called through the first 3 quarters, and Warren Central throws the inbounds pass away. It's going to stay Grayson County now underneath of their own basket. 7:24 left in the game, 26-21. Grayson on top by 5 points. Van Meter to trigger. Into the far corner to Riggs. Left side Narvaez. Out front in between the circles now to Blanton. Left wing Van Meter gets a screen from Narvaez. Pulls up free throw line for a new career high. It is missed. Frosto gets the rebound and gives it off to Robinson. Lady Cougs up 5. Just about 7 minutes left in the contest here from Tim Riley Court at Warren Central High School in Bowling Green. Akhmadova at the top of the key. Swings it off right side Frosto. Bounce pass far side. Out front to Akhmadova. Swings it off left side now to Robinson. Robinson back now to Akhmadova. To Robinson. 3 left side. Good. Kennedy Robinson puts in the 3. So we mentioned Warren Central makes 1 3 per game. There's their 1, hopefully, if you're a Lady Cougar fan. They've, in their 27 games entering today, they'd made 27 threes. Into Riggs. Off the right side. She's fouled from behind by Bailey. And Jalea Bailey will pick up her 3rd foul. Team's 4th. And 2 free throws will come for Arissa Riggs. And not only just 2 free throws, 2 big free throws here. 63.5% for Riggs. Riggs lets the first one fly. It is good. I know we talked with Todd Johnston. Now, the biggest thing with Arissa Riggs that will be commendable, she's a great player, but also she's very respectful, and she's just a good person. And that's the most important part, too, is it's going to take her a lot further than basketball. She makes both free throws there. Grayson leads by 4, 28-24, 6.5 to go. Bounce past Akhmadova in transition. Speeds down the right lane off the glass. Gets it in. It's first basket of the game for the Warren Central leading scorer, Ida Akhmadova. Back to a 2-point game. In the near corner to Blanton. Off right side to Van Meter. Gets a screen. Back to Perkins. Drives down the right side. In on Bailey. No whistle as Perkins falls down. And the ball goes into the hands of Warren Central. They'll have a chance to tie or maybe even take the lead. They feed Jalea Bailey. Spins around over top of Blanton. The right-handed floater is missed. Rebound Perkins for Grayson. Perkins up the far side of the floor. Had Green open in the post. Didn't have a great window, though, to do it. To Van Meter. Van Meter at the free throw line. Bounce pass back out front now to Riggs. 5:40 left in the 4th quarter. Riggs running the point for Grayson. Riggs drives down. Inside the lane, blocked by Bailey, into the hands of Green, and she's got it in between her legs. Timeout taken by Todd Johnston. 5:34 to go in the 4th quarter. Johnston takes the timeout. Lady Cougs lead by 2. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two. But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
.534 to go in the game. Todd Johnston takes that 30-second timeout after Kennedy Green had the ball in between her legs. And you could tell she's like, I can't move. So it's either going to be a jump ball or somebody's going to have to take timeout or foul me. Lady Cougs will keep the ball underneath of their own basket. They lead by 2, 5:30 left in the game. They have it out front now to Green. Green swings it off, left wing Van Meter, 3 for 20 points, got it! Sutton Van Meter, masterclass for the sophomore, and they lead by 5 with 5:20 to go in the game. A new career high for Sutton Van Meter, 6 3-pointers. Inside to Jalea Bailey. Van Meter tried to get the steal, but Bailey allowed her to go by and makes the shot on the left side. It's a 3-point game, 31-28. Green at the top of the key. She'll drive down the left side over top of Bailey. Shots up, no good. But here's the thing. She's fouled. And the best part about that for Kennedy Green is it gets Jalea Bailey her 4th foul. That's huge. And it's a great job by Green. And Green's a decent free throw shooter. 69%. First one is off to the left. Re-entering for Grayson County is Bree Jones. 5 minutes left. Second chance for Green is good. She puts it in. 4-point lead, Cougar lead, 32-28. Under 5 to go in the game. Into the middle to Hannah Bailey. She drives down, poked away and taken away by Van Meter. Inside, Riggs has it. Off to Blanton. Blanton up the far side of the floor. They lead by 4 points, does Grayson. Blanton, handoff pass to Van Meter to Riggs. Ball fake, Riggs drives down right side, flips it up, falls to the ground, and it is missed. Frosto gets the rebound, gives it to Akhmedova. Warren Central looking to push up the far side of the floor. Akhmedova slows down as she realizes she doesn't have numbers. Grayson County sets up their 2-3 zone. Left side, Hannah Bailey. To Akhmedova, off to the right side to Robinson. Here's the thing with Warren Central, and it's what Todd Johnson's doing with the 2-3 zone. They're just packing it on the inside, and they're saying, you know what? If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to do it from outside the arc, a team that's not a good three-point shooting team. Out front, Robinson. Robinson off to the far side to Hannah Bailey. Hannah Bailey out front, swings it off left side. Akhmedova, 3 left side, good. Akhmedova puts in the 3 right on cue. They put it in, and a timeout is taken on the floor by Warren Central. It's going to have to be a full timeout. It's a 1-point game with 3:58 to go. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Grayson County on top by 1 point, 3:58 to play in the fourth quarter. They lead by 1 in this game. Another 3 taken by Ida Akhmedova. Warren Central is a team that shoots 12% from three-point range. They only make 1 3 a game. Well, they've doubled that today. They have 2 threes in the game, and it's a 1-point contest now, 32-31. Grayson leads by 1. Jones pulls up, 10 feet on the right side. It is short. Jalea Bailey rips away the loose board. Actually, that is not Jalea Bailey. That is Deja Ferguson, as Bailey is on the bench with 4 fouls. Akhmedova on the left side. Warren Central trying to retake the lead as Akhmedova drives down the right side. The floater is good. Akhmedova puts it in. She has 7 points in the quarter. Warren Central leads the game here by 1 point with 3:24 to go. Outlet pass was knocked out of bounds there by Warren Central. To Jones. Out in between the circles, 3:20 to go. Off to the far side to Blanton. Blanton gets a screen from Jones. They're not letting Van Meter get another shot off as Blanton just runs into a brick wall. And that's a turnover. And the ball's heading back to Warren Central. I'll have a chance to add to their lead here. Will Warren Central. 33-32. And a foul at the top of the key is called on Blanton. Blanton's first. It's only the team's second. Got some zone pressure here. 1-3-1 zone coming for Grayson. They haven't shown this yet today. Kennedy Green running it up top. Now here comes the pressure. They give it down to Frosto on the right side. Her shot is short. Rebound, she takes over the top of Jones and puts it in. Frosto gets her first points. Warren Central has retaken the lead. 35-32. They lead by 3. Frosto to the left wing to Jones. Jones back towards the middle. At the right elbow. Handoff pass Riggs. Riggs, jump pass to Green on the left side. Green off to the right side to Jones. 2.5 to go. Lady Cougars trail by 3 points. 2:22 left in the fourth quarter. Jones drives down the left side. Gives it to Van Meter on the left wing. Gets a screen. Van Meter backs it off. She's guarded by Akhmedova. Akhmedova started the game on Perkins, but Van Meter has had the hot hand with a career-high 20 points in the game. Out front Riggs. She drives down the right side. Splits it and is fouled by Ferguson on the inside. That'll be Ferguson's second, team's fifth. That'll be 2 free throws coming for Arissa Riggs. You're down by 3, 2:07 to go. You got to make the free throws if you're Grayson. Riggs 2 of 2 from the free throw line in this game. First one. Good. Gets the shooter's roll, does Riggs. Jalea Bailey re-enters for Warren Central. And they immediately put Jalea Bailey all the way down on the post. Todd Johnston sends Kennedy Green back there to join her. And we're going to let her have a party down there by herself. Second chance for Riggs to make it a 1-point game. It's off the back of the iron. Rebound long. Frosto has it, throws it off, and it's run down by Hannah Bailey. 2-point game, 2 minutes to go. Warren Central leads by 2 in the game. Riggs guarding Robinson. Robinson with the right hand, drives it in. Over to the far side to Akhmedova, who's had the hot hand in the fourth quarter. Warren Central, you can tell, starting to stall it a little bit. Biggest issue for Grayson is they only have 2 team fouls. There's a foul called on Van Meter. That'll be her first, team's third. Means that if this game gets into a free throw shooting contest, Lady Cougars still have 3 fouls to give. Into the corner, Frosto guarded by Blanton. They try to feed Jalea Bailey. She goes up, left side, shots good for Bailey. Green tried to defend her on the inside, but fell down. Warren Central leads by 4. 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out front, taken away by Robinson. Fast break in transition. Kennedy Robinson layup, no good. And Robinson fouls Perkins on the rebound. For Robinson, that'll be her third. Team's 7th. And free throws will come here for Sydney Perkins. That you might want to circle and come back. That's a big missed layup in this game. Sydney Perkins to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus. She missed her first 2, made her last 2. She's got 7 in the game. 1-1 coming. It's a 4-point deficit for Grayson with 1:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Perkins lets it fly. It's good. Big free throw there by Sydney Perkins. The defense is going to have to step up and make some stops here for Grayson County. Second one for Perkins is good. She makes them both. Timeout on the floor. Taken here. Is it? No timeout. Just a sub in. Ella Narvaez in. Sydney Perkins out for the Lady Cougars. 2-point deficit for Grayson County. 1:21 to go. They give it into Frosto. Frosto bounce pass to Robinson, guarded by Narvaez. Robinson up the far side of the floor, an outlet pass into the middle to Hannah Bailey. Bailey drives in, gives it off to the far side, Akhmedova. Grayson almost got a steal there. Pressure coming, and a bump foul is going to be called. Narvaez will pick that one up. That's her third, team's fourth. And it's something that Todd Johnson's going to have to think about. You're down by 2, 1:07 to go. That's the team's fourth foul. So you still have to get fouled 3 more times. Give it into the backcourt to Akhmadova, and there comes another foul. Sutton Van Meter will pick that one up. That's her second. And Todd Johnson might turn this into a free throw shooting contest right off the bat. That's the 5th. And I don't think it's a bad decision. Warren Central shoots 55% from free throw land. And they give it to Akhmadova, and Riggs is trying to foul, and there comes the foul. Riggs is first, team 6. So now the next foul will be the bonus for Warren Central with 1:03 to go. It's always the question of, when do you start fouling? You're down by 2. And they're going to throw it into the backcourt to Akhmadova, and Akhmadova is fouled by Van Meter. For Van Meter, that is her third, team 7th, and Ida Akhmadova, who's a 45.1% free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot the bonus. 1-1 coming. Here for Ida Akhmadova, the junior guard. First one is good. Huge free throw there by Akhmadova. Makes it a 3-point game now at 38-35. The second one is good. She makes them both. 4-point Warren Central lead. A minute to go here in this game. 39-35. Van Meter dribbles. Timeout, Todd Johnston. It is going to be a full timeout with 56 seconds to play. Warren Central leads by 4 points. The offense has finally started to get rolling here in this quarter for both of these teams. Warren Central has scored 18 points in this final quarter. Grayson County's only scored 9, and Lady Cougars came out big early on, but this is going to be a huge moment here for Grayson. They got to find a way to try and pick up a win here in this one. As they trail by 4 points. You don't need a 3 right off the bat. I think, a quick 2 is good. I mean, you got 56 seconds. You're now finally to the point where you can send Warren Central to the free throw line, where, yes, they made their last 2. They're not a great free throw shooting team. Use that to your advantage. As Johnston is scribbling away right now at his whiteboard, drawing something up for his young team to try and see what they might be able to do here in the game. Grayson County trailed at the half, came back late in the third quarter after Sutton Van Meter caught fire in the third quarter to take a 26-21 lead. Warren Central has dominated this fourth quarter for the most part, as Grayson County only has one made field goal from the field in this fourth quarter. That was the 3 by Sutton Van Meter to give her the new career high of 20 points. The rest of the points have all come from the charity stripe. 39-35, 56 seconds to go. Grayson trails by 4. Riggs passes it into Jones. Man-to-man defense here for Warren Central. 50 seconds to go. They give it to Van Meter in the near corner. She lets the 3 fly. Might have been partially blocked and rebounded by Warren Central. Robinson, an outlet pass, and she is fouled by Grayson. It's called on Perkins. That is her second, team's 8th. Not the greatest look, but 1-1 will come here for Kennedy Robinson. She's 57.3%. Robinson was named a Heisman Community Service Award winner, which is given to student athletes who excel in academics, athletics, and community service. She'll try to excel in athletics here. A 1-1 free throw coming. It's missed. Rebounded by Blanton. Here's your chance for Grayson. Still 4-point game, 40 seconds to go. And in the middle, through the hands of Van Meter, and taken away, jump ball into the way of Grayson, and then Perkins is thrown down after the play. Todd Johnston not happy. The Grayson County faithful aren't happy, as Perkins was thrown down like a sack of potatoes after the play. 35.8 seconds to play. 39-35. Grayson County trails by 4. Jones at the top of the key. Drives down the right side on Bailey. Dumps it off to the left block to Blanton, who spins it around. Blanton in the lane. Goes towards, flips it up. Shot's no good. Blanton to the line, though, with 26.2 seconds to play. Jalea Bailey has fouled out of the game, too, with that free throw. with that foul. And it'll be Blanton to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Isabel Blanton, 70.4% from the free throw line this season. She's not scored in this game. She has 2 huge free throws coming. Anthony Hickey taking all of this 20 seconds. And it'll be Asia Ferguson into the game. Huge free throw here for Blanton as Grayson trails by 4 points with 26.2 seconds to play. Blanton is up, and it's good. Actually, it's 2 free throws coming, as it was a shooting foul. Blanton makes the first one, so it doesn't matter anyways because she makes that first one. 26.2 on the clock. Second chance for Blanton to make it a 2-point game with 26.2 on the clock. It's off the back of the iron, rebounded by Akhmadova, and she's fouled immediately by Grayson. That's who you want to foul if you're Grayson County. Foul called on Van Meter. That's her 4th, team's 9th. And Akhmadova will go to the line. This will be the final time that they'll shoot the bonus. The next foul will be the double bonus. Akhmadova entered the game 45% from the free throw line. She is 2 of 2, though, in this game. Akhmadova, the junior, stares down the rim. Lets it fly. It is good. A 45% free throw shooter has made 3 straight. It's a 4-point game now with 24.7 to go. Caitlin Wynn enters. Coming out is Asia Ferguson. So a small lineup out on the floor for Warren Central. Second one for Akhmadova. It's off the back of the iron. Long rebound chased down by Riggs for Grayson County. 20 seconds to go. Van Meter drives down the right side, fades it up. Shots left short. Rebound on the floor, and giving it off to Akhmadova, and a timeout taken by Anthony Hickey. It's 40-36, 14.3 seconds to go. Warren Central takes the timeout. It'll be a full timeout here in this game. 14.3 seconds. Van Meter tried to go quick. She had a decent look, shot it from the baseline, and she's had a great game. She's had 20 points in the contest, but 14.3 on the clock. Ella Narvaez will come in. And it'll be interesting to see here what's the decision here? How soon? I mean, you're going to have to foul if you're Grayson. And I'm sure Anthony Hickey's drawing up a play right now to try and get some of his better free throw shooters the ball. Akhmadova's shot the ball 3 of 4 here. She's 45% from the season. If you're Grayson County, you want to foul 13 Frosto, 37% from the free throw line this season. That's who you want if you're the Lady Cougars. 14.3 seconds on the clock. They trail 40-36. Todd Johnston coaching up his team. So it'll be Jones, Perkins, Riggs, Narvaez, Van Meter on the floor for Grayson. Lady Cougars have 2 timeouts remaining. Warren Central, just 1. It is a full timeout, though, so they can use it should they want to. Robinson scans, gets it into Akhmadova, who runs up the near side of the floor with 10 seconds. She's fouled by Jones with 11.5 seconds to go. Akhmadova will have 2 free throws coming. For Jones, that's just her first. It is the team's 10th, though. 2 free throws will come. For Ida Akhmadova. First one, good. Van Meter re-enters for Grayson. Narvaez comes out. 11.5 on the clock. Warren Central leads by 5. And now Grayson, it's 3-pointer bust. Akhmadova try and make it a 2-possession with 2 threes, and she does so. 42-36, 10 seconds to go. Van Meter into the corner to Perkins. Perkins back towards the right wing. They got to shoot it with 5 seconds to go. Perkins falls down. It's out of bounds. Warren Central has it with 1.6 seconds to go. 42-36. Warren Central is going to win this game here this evening. And the Lady Cougars will fall to 11-15 on the year. They give it into Hannah Bailey, and she runs the timeout. Warren Central picks up the win today by a final score of 42-36. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Here to Warren Central High School, where Grayson County falls to Warren Central by a final score of 42-36. Joined now by the head coach of the Lady Cougars, head coach Todd Johnston, and coach. This one's got to be frustrating. It's a game that in a lot of ways you have to tip your cap to Warren Central. I mean, they're a team that we talked about it. They've made they make 1-3 a game. They make 2 of them, including a huge one by Akhmadova. Akhmadova shoots 45% from free throw range, and I think goes.
She didn't miss, did she?
Missed 1, so 7 of 8 or something like that. And a lot of that is just, hey, you got to tip your cap.
Listen, what they do, that's the type of team that gives us fits. They're bigger, stronger, faster. We don't have an answer for the big girl inside, and if it wasn't for Sutton, we wouldn't have scored double figures probably. She was outstanding, but you can't win with a 20-point score and then a couple have 1 and somebody gets 5 and the other one 9. But we've got to get more out of Kennedy. We got to get more out of Ella. We got to get more out of Isabel. And we know Ella and Kennedy, they're not great offensively, but at the same time they've got to be more than not to even scratch. And I don't know if they got Kennedy hit a free throw. That's right. So anyway, bad loss. No other way to say it. Bad loss for us. Did not play well. I didn't have them prepared, but it's not. We know what to do against junk. It's just, executing it and being able to throw it inside is probably the biggest key to beat junk. And we just got to get girls playing better. If we don't play any better than that, we'll, Monday night game will be as bad as it was the last time we went down there.
I was kind of getting flashbacks in the first half, and I know he was here sitting pretty much eye level from me. I made eye contact with him throughout the game. It was what Bart Weaver does against Sydney pretty much every time, and they did it against Sydney in the first half, and then they're like, oh, wait, Van Meter can score too, and so they switched and pretty much did it to her. So I would assume you're probably not too thrilled with the junk, especially because they're going to run that a lot on Monday.
Well, it's one of those things that, we preached to her blue in the face about Sydney moving and screening, and she just doesn't move well without the ball. And when your primary responsibility on the team is, you're the shooter, so, you got to think Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, those guys off screens, watch them move. We've worked on it. We talk about it, and she stood in the corner several times, and when that happens, I just have to take her out, and because she's absolutely not helping us in that regard. And it's not Sydney's fault all the time, and I'm not trying to be hard on her, but she knows it's coming. She knows it's coming, and she's got to move, and we've got to go and screen, run baseline, screen, handoffs, ball screens, whatever it is we try to do for Sydney to get her open, and Arissa for that matter when they were chasing her a little bit too. But she gets frustrated and she stands, and that hurts us. And when you don't have a dominant post player to throw it to make that hard on teams doing that, heck, you want to keep us in the 20s and 14 points like Edmondson did, just face guard her and see what happens.
I thought, you talked on Monday. I would think that was the last game. I can't keep track of the days. Earlier this week against Muhlenberg County, you said after the game that you really weren't happy with your team's performance, and you were hoping it was like, well, we got it out of us.
No.
Does that worry you?
It does. You can't be playing as bad as we're playing and executing as bad as we're executing and playing defense as bad as we're playing defense before a district tournament and expect you can just flip that switch. We're not that kind of offensive juggernaut that you can flip a switch. If we don't execute and find the shots against that junk that we know we're supposed to get, then we're going to have a hard time. It's going to be frustrating watching it Monday night if we don't execute better, screen better, move better. And again, there's a couple other things we can do against junk that we didn't do tonight because Edmondson's here. But what we do is enough. What we do is enough. If you execute it, coming off the ball screens, hitting the roll girl, flashing high-low, whatever. But to do that, we got to have people that you can throw it to in the post and score, and we just don't have that. And, Edmondson County's figured it out, and a lot of other teams have figured it out because they're just camping people in the lane and they're not guarding our 4s and our 5s. And, and then really extend out on Arissa and make it hard on her and Sid. And nobody's been doing it to Sutton yet, but she's been our best player since January on, shooting over 40% from 3, and she did that tonight. And was outstanding. And we're going to need big nights from her, but it's one of those things that she needs help. If we could have 20 from Sutton and a normal night from Sydney and Arissa, we probably walk out of here with a win, a close win, but a win. But, again, Warren Central, they're just big, fast, and, again, they don't shoot it particularly well, but the 2 threes they hit were timely. And, like I said, the girls that don't make free throws, we're fouling them, and she steps up and goes 7 for 8, and you got to give them credit. That's a good win for them.
Tomorrow, it's your last chance to get better in a game before the one that matters the most. I mean, like we've said, tonight, Monday, tomorrow, mean nothing. In the long run,
that's all right.
They mean absolutely nothing. All that matters is Monday. Now, I know it actually means something because you're trying to get better. And, a win tomorrow going into the district, that can change everything. I think back to, and it's not the same, but I think back to a couple of years ago where the boys were really struggling and had a win against Hancock County the last game of the season after getting blown out the night before against Edmondson, played the district tournament against Edmondson, won the game, and kind of got that momentum rolling again. How do you do that tomorrow?
Well, we got to guard their 3 guards that can really score and shoot it. We can't let the pool girl, number 5, get hot and make shots. But, they execute probably as well as anybody. And when you have those girls that have been around a long time that know how to play the game, good guards that handle it. And again, they're not any bigger than us, but they really get after it inside with their post girls as far as going after balls, rebounding. And, we're going to have to play man. We're going to have to play really good defense. And right now that's something we're not doing as far as playing good 5-on-5 team defense and not helping a lot, not in our gaps. And the lack of concentration defensively is what's really disturbing because, we look up and we're down 5 or whatever with a minute to play and we're yelling purple and, which is foul, deny, foul, all of that. And I've got 2 or 3 girls 10 feet off their men. And so, just got to coach them better.
Coach, I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
That's head coach Todd Johnston. More on the Fifth Quarter Show after this.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day? $700?
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
On K105.
Welcome back to Warren Central, where Grayson County falls 42-36 to Warren Central. Right now, some scores from around the region. Boys basketball score at the end of the first quarter. Warren Central leads Russellville 25-12. Girls basketball, Bullitt Central leads LaRue County by 6 points with 1:07 to go in that game. And end of the first quarter, big game going on in Morgantown tonight. Butler County leads McLean County at the end of one, 21-16. Owensboro Catholic picked up a win today against Whitefield Academy. They won by 6 points in that game. We'll come back, wrap it up after this, as this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry.
105.
Lady Cougars fall tonight here in the penultimate game of the regular season against Warren Central, 42-36. Running down the scoring from this game for Warren Central, it was 17 points for Jalea Bailey, 12 for Ida Akhmadova, 9 for Kennedy Robinson. For Grayson County, career high 20 for Sutton Van Meter, 9 for Sydney Perkins, 5 for Rissa Riggs, 1 each for Kennedy Green and Isabel Blanton. We'll be back tomorrow. It is the final game of the regular season doubleheader in Hawesville. We'll be at Hancock County High School. We'll be bringing out, should be a good game between these two teams. Lady Cougars tip off at 6. Boys will follow against the Hancock County Hornets. And then, of course, next week's district, we'll talk a lot more about that tomorrow. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work tonight. Your camera operator was Cole Snyder, and your director was Jaden Kinney. So tonight, where Grayson County falls by a final score of 42-36, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.